So let's now say we have two LEDs at 2 volts. So we're actually dropping another 2 volts off here. So let's say we've got 9 volts again, and we've got one LED, two LEDs all in series, and we now have 5 volts. So back to here, we have 5 divided by, now we still technically want 20 milliamps across this circuit because they're in series, so whatever the milliamps is in one part of the circuit is going to be the same in the other part. So because they're in series, we still want 20 milliamps across the circuit, and that's why we're going to get our resistor to drop that down. So it's dropping 5 volts, and we're going to divide it by 0.2, which gives us 250. Sorry, I could have worked that out, but my brain's mush. 250 ohms. So technically we've got more resistance than we needed. Now if I can work this out the other way, what we say we have is we have 300 ohms resistance in this circuit. Yeah, there it is. So we now have our resistance, and we have our voltage as well, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to work out what the current is. Even though we know it, we're going to work it out. So voltage divided by resistance. So we now still have 5 volts divided by 300 ohms equals, wait for it. Okay, so 5 divided by 300 gives us 0.016 with a whole lot of decimal points. So, if we're going to use our little conversion table, and we don't really need to, but we're going to pretend that we're going to go 3 the other way, 1, 2, 3. So we now have 16 milliamps, which is pretty close to the 15.56 that we're showing. So there you have it. We can use Ohm's law to work out what resistance we need to get 220 milliamps, which we don't have, but we've worked out that with the 300 ohms that we have in this circuit, we're going to get 16 milliamps across each of these LEDs, which is fine. They're still quite bright, and they're certainly not going to blow. So that's all good. Now you can keep adding LEDs to this, no big deal. You'll just slowly reduce your amperage, which will make them dimmer and dimmer. I'll get one that's not bent to buggery. Another red one perhaps. And to do this, I'll get my focus back again. Okay, now to do this you can just keep adding them in. Same principle. Attach it to that rail, move it across to another one. We'll try another one. Let's try a green one in there as well. We've got a green one. Let's try a yellow one. Okay, just gonna do that. So you can now see that this one goes to here, which goes down to this rail, then goes across to here, and then using this rail goes to there. Sorry about the shadow. Up into there, then goes down to there and across to there. Now, so we need to get our negative down to that one there, and we'll see if it actually lights up. Okay, so they're on. Maybe it doesn't show up on the video so well, but they're actually a fair bit dimmer. And they're now drawing 4.5 milliamps. So you can keep going and they'll get dimmer and dimmer. Now obviously to change that, what you can do is pop out one of these bad boys, and we'll extend this one out to there. Now they should be a little bit brighter, hopefully. Not noticeably. That's probably because it's only drawing now 6 milliamps. Guaranteed drop these values into Ohm's law and it'll tell you exactly what's going on. And if we get 4 in the circuit, we're going to be dropping 8 volts. So it's going to be on 1 volt. 1 volt left for the resistor to drop, which is probably not a whole lot. And if I worked that out, that would mean 1 volt divided by 0.02, 50 ohms. So if we had a 50 ohm resistor, this would be perfect. I got 100. We'll see how that goes. Alright, drawing 9.4 milliamps. So, you know, they work. They're not going to be as bright as 20 milliamps, but you certainly won't blow them up anytime soon. Okay, hopefully that's helped some people out with LEDs and resistance and whatnot. This is obviously a very simple explanation, and I know that if I've got things wrong, hopefully you'll forgive me with my terminology. Like I said, I'm certainly no expert, but I do like playing with this stuff, and I hopefully have learnt enough to, well, I certainly know enough to have fun. Alright, thanks guys, and yeah, let me know what you think. If this was good, I'll do some more how-tos on whatnot. If it was no good, let me know, and I'll either ignore you or improve. Thank you.